This is DRF, Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Friday, November the 26th. Race number 7 at Del Mar. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 2 $250,000 Hollywood Turf Cup. You can play the race with DRF Bets. You can download free Formulator past performances on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them and handicap along with us. And Mike, this is a perfect opportunity for our friends at home to watch replays in Formulator. You just click on the short comment line, the replay pops up, because there were some trips these horses endured in their last races.
That's very true. Not only from the number 3 Say the Word, but there were a couple of horses who ran in the Breeders' Cup a few weeks ago, and those trips didn't work out for either the 4 Astronaut or the 7 Rock Emperor.
We'll throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector. This is a 1.5 mile race on the turf, 3 turns at Santa Anita. And Acclimate's a fast horse. He's going to go to the front. While Award Winner is quick, he has shown in the past the willingness to kind of let Acclimate go. And I think Acclimate, if he can get to the front and back down the pace, very dangerous horse.
He definitely is. He likes to be on the lead in his races. And unfortunately for him, there was other speed in the Breeders' Cup back on November 6th. He couldn't make the lead. He finished nowhere, but he's a much better horse when he can control. And it looks like he can control here.
Award Winner won the Grade 2 Charlie Whittingham at 1.25 miles earlier this year at Santa Anita. And in his most recent start, the John Henry Turf Championship, he let Acclimate go. He saved ground, and he got in just a little bit tight when trying to squeeze through at the 3/16 pole. All in all, I thought the trip was okay.
Yeah, I did too. He got in a little bit tight. I agree with you. I don't necessarily think it cost him anything in that race. He still ran fine. It's his other races, Dan, that sort of concern me. He's a Grade 2 winner going long, and so he certainly has credentials to be competitive here. But man, I think this race came up pretty strong. I think he's going to need to probably run the best race he's ever run to beat this field.
It appears that the number 2 Friars Road has found himself on turf for trainer Michael McCarthy in his first start on the lawn at Del Mar. Blowout winner of a non-winners of one other than. I thought he got a great ride from the back of the pack last time out in the John Henry. Tough post, had to take back. Basically, his tactical speed was taken away from him that day, but he saved ground, picked his way through horses, and was running on at the end.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought he ran really well last time, and he just missed at the end there. He had the angle off the inside in the stretch, but he got clear with time, and he finished once again, though, Dan. I was pretty taken with his turf debut 2 starts back. He won that race very easily, and he looked like he wanted every bit of the distance. I think this horse not only improved with the surface switch, I think he improved with the added ground, Dan. I think he wants to run all day.
Huge fan of the 3 Say the Word, who won the Grade 2 Elkhorn during the Keeneland Spring Meet at 1.5 miles. Thought he ran just fine when turned back to a stiff mile in the Shoemaker Mile against Smooth Like Straight. That's Smooth Like Straight's game, not Say the Word. He still ran really well. And then last time out in the Del Mar Handicap, there was really nothing that he could do. He was just basically in and among horses from the 5/16 down to the wire and was completely stymied.
Yeah, he just didn't get a real chance to stretch his legs last time. And it probably cost him at the end. And I thought he was going to be tough that day if he got clear, Dan. And I'll say that while recognizing that I don't want to give short shrift to the winner of that race, who's also back in here, because Astronaut ran really well in that race. But this horse just got totally blocked through the stretch with nowhere to go. And it does really feel like more distance is better for him. I'm with you. I thought he ran really well in the Shoemaker. He didn't run as well in the Eddie Reed when they tried to go 9 with him. I just think he's a better horse going longer.
Let's talk a little bit about Astronaut, who did win that Del Mar Handicap. He at least had a clear run that day, while a couple of others were sort of bounced around down towards the inside, but he finished it off very nicely. Maybe they aimed just a bit too high in the Breeders' Cup turf, but another horse that did not have a good trip in that race.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what was going to happen. I'm not going to sit here and suggest that he was going to be close at the end, but this horse was not in a bad position up the backstretch, and Victor Espinoza was moving to try to get this horse into contention. He got totally stopped on the far turn of that race and went from being, maybe 3rd or 4th back to last. And once he wound up there, he had no chance in that race. The day was over for him. He could not recover from that. Again, he ran well 2 starts back, staying wide the entire way and winning, and he had no chance last time.
Cupid's Claw is the number 5. If there's one thing we know about him, it's that he loves distance. Beaten less than 2 lengths in the John Henry. Last time out, they ran him on dirt. I'm not going to fault him for that. In that John Henry, Mike Smith had him at the back of the pack. He swung to the far outside in the stretch. He kicked on. He ran fine. I'm just not sure he's at the level of some of these others if they bring their A games.
Yeah, I feel the same way about him. He's very closely related to Friars Road, so it's no surprise that this horse likes distance as well. I'm with you. I just don't think he's good enough to beat this field. This field came up very strong.
Pace makes the race, perhaps. Acclimate, gate to wire winner of the San Juan Capistrano at 14 furlongs over the spring. Just missed in the John Henry to a solid horse in United. And in the Breeders' Cup Turf, he chased a very fast pace while likely in over his head. He probably doesn't have to work as hard to make the lead this time around and is going to appreciate the class drop.
Yeah, I mean, that alone, just the fact that it feels like he can make the lead without perhaps having to go too fast in here, I think makes him a dangerous horse. And he's just a really cool horse, Dan, a 7-year-old who can still contend in these graded stakes races going long on the grass, as long as he makes the lead. I think that's very key for this horse, but he's a dangerous horse if he gets loose.
And a lot of folks, me included, rode Rock Emperor, the morning line favorite, off earlier this year, and he came back blinkers off for Chad Brown to upset the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic at 15-1, beating Serve the King, a very useful horse that's coming into his own in the right way right now. Now, in the Breeders' Cup Turf, this horse was just down inside last going into the turn, had all sorts of traffic trouble, and it looked like he had a little bit of run at the end.
Yeah, it did. He was racing on at the end of that race. I mean, ultimately, he got sort of skunked in that race because Astronaut got skunked. He was right behind Astronaut when that one got totally stopped. And so Rock Emperor wound up getting shuffled back as well. He did try to recover after that. He just couldn't do it. I don't really know what to do with him now, Dan. I did think he looked good winning the Turf Classic 2-back. I still don't have a lot of faith in this horse. I know he ran well 2-back. I know he had an excuse last time. I still don't want to bet him as the favorite here.
We'll take a look at our top picks for the Friday race of the day, the Hollywood Turf Cup. We're in agreement. I think Friars Road still has upside. He's found himself on the turf. I think he's going to fire at the end of this race. I don't think the pace is going to be glacial. I don't think it's going to be blazing. I think it will be fair, and it will give Friars Road a fair shot to close them down.
Yeah, I agree. I think even if they go so, I wasn't necessarily convinced he had to be too far away from it. We'll see how that all plays out. I respect his upside in here and didn't like the more established horses enough to want to take shorter prices on them.
2347 for Mike, 2317 for me. It's the Friday race of the day, the Grade 2 Hollywood Turf Cup. You can play it with DRF Bets. Good luck.